So in this video, I'm going to go over some of my wilderness system lines that I do at the Whitewater Park here. I did a video on the comp side, and a lot of you guys seem to like that, and you asked when was I doing one on the wildy side. Well, I decided to do one real quick. So what I'm going to do here is basically some more advanced kind of lines, attainments, and things that I do over here. I'll break down the rapids and kind of show you some of the things that I do. Starting off here with the entrance exam. Now, we'll give you the names of these rapids. I looked them up, and I didn't even know the names. This is called an entrance exam, and what it is, there's several little eddies down through here that you can catch. Now, you can actually obtain all the way from where I'm at here back to the pool if you really want to. I have done it in a longboat. It's a lot easier. I'm paddling the power slide out here. Oh, my buddy Eric right here, I'm following him down. He knows a lot of these lines. He's got a lot of lines out there, and he's such a smooth paddler. He actually, this was not met up. I just randomly met him up there, and he was in his creek boat. He normally is out there in the RPM and smooth all around there. So obviously paddling a Nomad is a little harder. But, you know, when you change boats, it gets a little harder. The power slide is beautiful on this course, by the way. It's long, it's got good edges, and it can go pretty much anywhere out there. It's not like a super creaky top boat. So what you see me doing here is some back and forth eddy work, and you can run this on the far left and the far right. And then I do kind of a blast ferry across. Oh, one thing you're not going to see in this video is a lot of splats and vertical moves. I don't like doing that a lot out there in boats. It really, you hit your tail on the bottom and it destroys your boat. So you'll see just me try. Actually, you won't see me hitting bottom or hitting the wall almost at all. Because that's something you want to avoid at all costs. Just try to stay smooth and work on your river running out here. This wave right here is a pretty good wave. They call it entrance wave. I can stay on that wave as long as I want to. That is a very smooth wave. Here's the more attainment back across the entrance exam hole. Going to the left is the instructional channel. I did run it over there, but I'm not going to show it in this video. It really only has 2 top pour over ledges. Just so y'all know, you could do back and forth kind of eddies at those pour over ledges. Nothing major there.
Surfing that slow, man, it's like surfing a barrel.
I was like, it's surfing a barrel. This wave right here is called, I think it's called Huey Lewis. I like to run it and do kind of like a tail boof right there. You see how I kind of loaded the tail a little bit? You can get mystery moves here. You can loop like play boats and all that. This is kind of a squirrely eddy. I want to get out of this and just head on down. I didn't want to mess with that hole much. This next rapid, I think, is called Dave's Dilemma. Looking at the actual rapid breakdown, I think it's called Dave's Dilemma. You guys can correct me if I'm getting any of these wrong. Now, this is some of the best kind of eddy work on this channel, in my opinion. If y'all want to learn good eddy work, practice a lot right here. This lap, actually, these laps can take me over an hour on this wilderness side, just so you know. Oh, watch what I do here. I like to come out high and split this little gap, an immediate turn to a like upward attainment to this eddy. So there's a move that you could practice. I've done that move a lot. I'll hit that top eddy there. Now, it's really hard to get back up to that top eddy. So what I try to do is, you see where Eric is? Now I want to get back up there. I can just power it up, but it's really hard to not hit your paddle on the right wall. You hear me touching a little bit? So what I like to do is get up a little higher and just ferry back across. And once I get in this eddy, I kind of like pause a little bit. There's some boaters coming down, so I'll pause here, and then I'll do like a blast ferry again back up. So just so you know, that's the best way for me, I'm saying. And you guys, you know, these are just my kind of lines that I do out here. I mean, there's probably better lines out here than this. If there's some, let me know in the comments below, because I like to know different lines. Now you see how I'm higher up in the eddy. So now it's pretty simple. Now I want to blast ferry back up. I want to get real close to that rock. One left stroke, couple left strokes there, and then straighten it up. Now, see, you can obtain all the way back up to that Huey Lewis hole if you really want to. So now I'm just kind of like work the eddies on my way back down. Once I did kind of like the attainment, here I am coming down, bypassing the hole. I'm gonna go here, and there's a boater in the eddy over there where I want to be. So watch what I do here. I just go over. I don't like get in the eddy. I just kind of like use the eddy fence momentum right there, and then turn, and then drop into this river right side. A little bit of a crossbow there. Sometimes I'll crossbow switch that, by the way. It's a good spot right there. Now I can kind of blast ferry back and forth. This wave ride here is by far the best wave on the entire like course out there. And I think it's just called like Freestyle Wave. Oh, that rapid up there is called Bread and Butter, by the way. This is called Freestyle Wave. Another wave that if you're decent at wave surfing, you could hog this wave for hours. Like, especially me out here in this boat, if I really wanted to, I could just stay out there in a front surf and just make everybody watch. It's like, but you know what? Don't wave hog. I usually go like a minute at most, and then I'll just kind of like try some spins or turn and get off the wave. Down here, this doesn't have a name. There is a small attainment you can do right here, back and forth. I like coming down, dropping the tail a little bit, and doing more like a kind of quick tail turn. Wouldn't say it's a pivot turn, more like a quick tail turn. If I'm pivot turning, I'm leaning forward and not back to get vertical. Now I just kind of blast back and forth right here. Look at this eddy turn. That's such a smooth eddy turn. That was kind of textbook eddy work right there, especially in a Nomad that doesn't have any rails on it.
It's good eddy work in a Nomad.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, here's how I'm going to do this eddy work. I got to one-up them. Crossbow switch eddy, upside down paddle, back to crossbow switch, or crossbow rotate, and then grab. Now I'm going for a blast attainment right there. I think that can be made. If I had a longboat, I could probably make that.
Maybe in a slalom or a longboat. Surprisingly, this does not obtain very well because it's so rockered.
I'm going over the actual power slide.
The water line is only like right here. So a lot of people, I was like, it's actually not as fast as like an RPM.
And everybody, I'll stick to that, but that power slide is definitely a fun boat to paddle. But attainments and kind of like fast speed, I don't think it does that very well. Now over here, I'm going over here and I'll just show you guys the bottom of this instruction like channel. Good stern squirt spot. You will not hit bottom there, even in like a 10-foot boat like this. This little pylon, these little things right here, check these things out. Now I like to splat these, but not get completely vertical, because you will hit bottom there too, especially with a longer boat. Now if you flip right there, they're a little tough to get off of those things, so be forewarned on those. Coming down this little area right here, I think it's just, I don't think it, maybe it's, this is called the confluence, this area. Now this is called Whale Hole. Coming up, I just came out of confluence kind of pool, and this is Whale Hole. That's a little cold water shower right there. Now I like to come up. Now you can obtain up, by the way. I can make that attainment. I just didn't in this video. Come down. I'm going to drop in this little whale hole. You can really throw down some flat spins and cartwheels in a full slice and play boat right here. I like this. This is one of my favorite holes to kind of play with. You see that left-hand corner? You can avoid those rocks and get a good 70 to 80 degree cartwheel rotation there. I do it with the tail of this boat a little bit. You can see I'm just kind of like, I'm not going to do a lot of play boating in this video. I don't want you guys to just sit here and watch play boating a lot. This rapid right here, I don't think really has a name. There's a little kind of like typewriter move right here that Eric showed me. You see how I did it right there? You come off that far river right side. I've never done that actually, and just like a random paddle just floating down. You just kind of like ride the back of that little wave. Don't get in a side surf. Just do like a front ferry. We're kind of like just doing eddy work right here. You can just ferry back and forth across these eddies down here.
You're saying you go from way over there. Yeah.
Yeah, he's telling me about it, about the typewriter move.
Hey, I get
He missed it. He's in that nomad, so I was like, I get it, man. I paddled, creek boats, and you have to kind of adapt your style. You can do it. Obviously, you can do it, but you got to adapt your style a little bit when you get in those like softer edges boats. Every kayak, I paddled 1,000 kayaks. They all paddle different. Right here is this, I think they call this sunset. Maybe it's what it is, and I guess because so many people go vertical, their tail loads and goes vertical on them down here. I'm just working this rapid above sunset. This is not anything major. It's just basically some eddy work back and forth. Everybody, I definitely recommend doing this every time you're out there. Just kind of like, don't just put your head down and blaze down these channels. Actually work them. Actually get your time in per the channels. You'll thank me later on your like edge control and ferries and basic river running techniques. What I like to do here is just come out high. I'm not gonna, there is a booth to be had right here, by the way. Now, what I do, I let my bow touch it. Did you see how my bow just touched it? So it kept my bow up, and then I immediately turned, and I'm gonna do a ferry across the hole. I like to practice these hole ferries. Oh, and I kind of loaded the tail a little bit. This wave right here is another great wave for surfing. I'm trying to hit it backwards right here. He's on it. I just let but the thing is that tail stays loaded. So it kind of like popped me up a little bit. I think this is... Okay, now I'm going to show you the boof. If you're going to boof it, come in right, and then left stroke, and then lift your knees. That was the boof. It's nothing major, but it's pretty much the best boof out there on the river, in my opinion. Then you can catch the wave playing that. You can loop that wave in creek play boats. Okay, now here's M wave. So I'm going to show you just this the river left-hand eddy first. So what I like to do is come down, hit that eddy, grab it. Now I can be more stable there. My tail was loaded. You can actually go to the other eddy on the other side. I didn't right there. And then I see how I'm missing M wave completely. I'm going to run it differently coming up, but that's one way of doing it. The river left eddy, and getting in a 10-foot half slice is no easy task. So now I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to hit the river right wall eddy. So there's a river left eddy, a river right eddy, and there's sometimes a surf wave in the middle that I'll surf sometimes. So now I'm going to hit this river right, and I might even crossbow this. Sometimes I crossbow, sometimes I don't. This one's a little harder to crossbow right there. See how I kind of let the bow grab, and the bow did not touch the wall, and that's what I want. Now see, I don't know if I could make that eddy. I've tried it and I've missed it, but I think I can. There is a surf wave right here. I'll back off a minute. You want to make sure it's clear right here. I think I hit the wave sideways. This is a good surf wave, but it can be very careful. It is super shallow. Do not flip. If you're not strong in the hips or you think you might flip, do not mess with this wave. It could knock you silly on your head or break your paddle or injure you. Now there's a ferry right here. See, Eric's doing the ferry. He got cut off, but you see how he's doing the ferry right there? That is surprisingly difficult. I'm looking at it, and you could, now I use the hole to surf across. Once again, I blasted surf across the hole. This is a surprisingly harder ferry than it looks. So what I like to do, because all the current is pushing to the river right, so I come off the back of this boil and then catch my tail loaded a little bit. You see it? And then I got forward, got momentum.
See how it kind of locked my tail?
Yeah. Then now once you're over here, it just blasts you right back up.
It locked me in a little bit, and it made it harder to get that ferry.
If you guys get stuck in this hole, basically get on the backside, kind of lean over like that, like I did, or get to the right-hand corner. The right-hand corner is the best way. The river left-hand corner is the best way to get out. The right hand's a little tougher to get out over there, but you can do it. That's where I like to peel out from. I'm going to peel out. Now I'm going to get lined up for the eddy on the river left-hand side. I think I go up and then hit this eddy over here on the left. You can see where he's in the eddy right now. Come out a little higher than you think you should, by the way. You come out too low, you just go ahead and blast out of there. I think this is called Jake's Wave. Maybe it's what that is. Jake's Wave. Now you can work this one too. You can go, that wave is pretty good surf wave. It's not as good as the Freestyle Wave, but it's actually a pretty good surf wave down through there. I think I surf it a little bit. Once again, I didn't want to just do... It takes up too much time of the video to sit here and surf. You can see how I'm just kind of like getting right there. That's the spot where you want to surf it. And you can surf it in a wide variety of boats. Play boats, half slices, creek boats. That wave can be surfed in a lot. But just remember, if you get flipped or you're blown off of it, there's another hole coming up right below it that I think it's called... maybe Shutdown. I don't know what. I don't know. I've heard it called different names, but I see it on the map. It's called Shutdown. And that hole right here is a little tough to get out of for a lot of people. We're ferrying above it right now. There's a blast ferry to be had right above it. Do not try this if you're nervous of that hole. I have made this attainment back up. You can see it right there. I didn't do it in this video, but there is an attainment to be had right here to go right up there to the next eddy. What I do, I come out right here and just blast into this eddy on the side of the hole. I'm going to surf this hole a little bit just so you know, if you decide to surf it, you want to get out on the river left side or get back into the foam and flip. It should blow you out of that hole, but it can put a beat down on you. And when rafts are coming down, so see how it's locking me in going to the right here. What I need to do is get my bow to the left. I could flat spin it, but I like to do this. I think I do it like a sweep, a really like hard sweep my bow across into a blast. Watch what I do right there. See, now I'm at this edge right here. It's a lot easier to get out. Just paddle. I can lower my edge and just paddle out of it. I'm actually like trying some 360s right here. It's a good 360 on that side. A little bit of a cross bow to keep my bow lined up. Another 360. I could actually sit there and 360 that a lot. Cartwheel spot and a full slice, that's for sure. Now you're coming up to this. I don't think this has a name. Oh yeah, that's Ira. He's getting in it. He's been working on his whole playing ability. And I always tell everybody, I was like, it's different in a creek boat. He's out there in a scorch, and you get in a creek boat.
Sweep that bow.
It's so different than playing in your play boat. If you get a chance, get out there in the boat that you're paddling the most on the, especially when you're working on river. Now, if you're just half slicing or playing, that's one thing. These right here are some of the best attainments on this course. I'm going to try to show them to you. This attainment right here in this eddy is the stoutest attainment out there. It's tough, everybody. I'll show it to you here in a minute. It took me a few tries to get it in this boat. I actually had to go do something to try to get it differently. Now I'm coming out of the bottom eddy. We're just going to work these eddies right here because this is the last rapid, but this is such a good attainment spot. You can, now when the pool is high like this, there I go, I'm trying it. You see what I'm doing? I'm realizing that, oh boy, I'm almost got it. Look how close. And then once it washes you there, you're done.
I think I can do it. Just yeah, next time I'm going to come in lower.
So what I want to do, I want to come in with more speed, build up a little more speed. I still miss it. I get so frustrated right here. Now, on my second lap, I went and got my Letman paddle and put it to a 206. Coming up, I'm going to show you what I do to give me more leverage right here. I'm at a 206. I don't have, now I've got more leverage. That Arca Works paddle is amazing paddle, but obviously it's a 200. Now I'm at a 206. Look at the length of my paddle right here. Now I'm giving it all I got, and I've got one more shot at this, and I'm quitting on that one. Look at this. I realize it right here that I'm above that wave. Not on this one. Watch this one. Here we go. That was my first try. Now I'm like, okay, I'm getting it on this one. Hip thrust. See those hip thrusts right there? I made that little small adjustment. That was it. The toughest attainment out there, everybody. So good luck on that one, especially in a shorter boat. Now you can actually attain from here all the way back up to that shutdown wave. So you can go, like, see, I can make this attainment, get against that river right wall, and just work my way all the way back up. And that's what I'm doing right here. I could have probably edited this out, but I just wanted to show you that once you get that attainment, it's so rewarding because now you can make the attainment all the way back up and then play in that hole again. You see what I'm doing here? I do that so I don't hit my paddle on the wall, especially this Letman paddle. See, I'm just going up and making this attainment one more time. Or making this ferry. It's kind of like just a blast ferry across this wave. Oh, I was going for that, Eddie. You see that? I might have to do that later. Now I'm just going to show you, I'm back. I'm just going to show you how I finish out the day here. How I finish out this lap anyway. Once again, come down. Now there's an attainment right here. Go in, lean, one big stroke, and then hit strokes on both sides. Pretty simple. That one's one of the easier ones. That can be, I can do that in like full slice boats. That's not a hard attainment to make. I think Ira did make it. He tried another one. I think he got it on the second one. It's not hard at all. You can come down. I think I tried again right here. Maybe not. This right here is called Biscuits and Gravy, I think. Now, by the way, the pool is up high. So there was normally a big wave right here that I like to surf. And I was asking him, why was that wave missing? And it's when that pool gets like full, the wave disappears. So on this day, you can technically paddle from the pool all the way back up to that shutdown wave, which is one heck of an attainment if you think about it. Right here's where the wave would be. And here's the biscuit and gravy hole, which is not here right now. That's what I'm looking at. It's starting to form, but it's not there right now. Fun playboat wave right here. I surf it a little bit, but if you've got a full slice or playboat, you can throw down in that hole. That's pretty much it. Now what I'm going to do is go over here to the... There's a little stern squirt spot that I like to play in right here. It's usually a little more pushy. Obviously, this pool's very deep, so you're never going to hit bottom here.
All right, everybody, there it was. There was the Wilderness System channel.
So this is kind of like the paddle out right back to the conveyor belt. Everybody, you can see there's a couple of gear that I'm using here. It's the Hiko Sensei spray skirt. Love that new spray skirt. Been testing that out. I will leave a link below for that. The ArcaWorks paddle. Great paddle for a whitewater course, a great paddle for creeking and all-around paddling. I will leave links for that below. If you guys got any questions or comments about anything that I did in this video right here on the wilderness side, leave in the comments below because I always like hearing what y'all have to say. And if you got any suggestions on what else I could do here, I can definitely try my best to help you out. So, yeah, there it is, everybody. That's all I got. See you on the river.
ArcaWorks Honey Badger paddle. You could see how well this thing's held up over the time that I've been using it, especially out here. You know this center, how bad it is on kayaks and paddles. I've used this every single time I'm out here, and look how good this thing still looks. And I just recently started using this, you know, Sensei, Hiko Sensei spray skirt right here. 4.0. I think it's a neoprene on it, the Sensei. Cool little logo. I really like this skirt a lot. It's been very dry, feels good. I don't see any issues with this thing at all. Only time will tell how it will hold up. And this shirt, I love this shirt. Padded elbow pads there. You're gonna clip an elbow out here, that's for sure, trying these moves. So you might wanna, you know, get one of these shirts or at least wear one of them flexible elbow pads. So yeah, there it is, everybody. See y'all in the next video. Oh, let's see if we can get the bent. Oh, I'm too far. I'm not trying it here.